Hello everyone, thanks for being here. This is our video on how to use commas in lists. There are some quiz questions thrown in for you to answer as you watch. In this video, I will demonstrate how to accurately punctuate lists through providing examples of both good and bad comma usage. So, by the end of the video, you should have a much clearer idea of how to accurately punctuate lists with commas. When you've watched the video and answered the questions, you can check your answers at monoenglishschool.com. Link in the description below. If you find the video useful, or even enjoy it, please like and comment, and why not subscribe to our channel to see content as we post more. You could also look through more of our materials on our website, monoenglishschool.com. So, on to commas in lists with our first example sentence. The panda eats, shoots, and leaves. So what do you think? Does this sentence contain effective punctuation? Are the commas correctly placed? And the answer: unless you're describing a free meal-seeking violent panda, one that goes into a restaurant, orders and devours a meal, and then shoots up the place before walking out, then the answer is no. In the example sentence, the placement of the commas indicates a list, or more specifically, a series, which is a list of 3 or more items. This means that eats is the first item, shoots is the second item, and leaves is the third item. And all 3 items in the series appear to be verbs. In order to correct the sentence, we need to remove the commas. Now, eats is the verb of which shoots and leaves become the direct objects. As nouns, we can now see that they both identify the parts of the bamboo plant that the panda eats. Sentence number 2 is an example of a correctly punctuated series, which is, if we remember, a list of 3 or more items. It has large distinctive patches around its eyes, over its ears, and across its body. The blue section of the sentence contains the series, and the commas here indicate that we have a series of 3 prepositional phrase items. 1 around its eyes, 2 over its ears, and 3 across its round body. You can see below our first convention for commas in lists. Use them between each item in a series, which is a list of 3 or more items. You will often see series written without the comma before the coordinating conjunction, which is called the Oxford or serial comma. In the blue part of our example sentence, the coordinating conjunction is and you can see that there is an Oxford comma placed in front of it. Some writing style guides do not require writers to use the Oxford comma. So, if you are writing professionally or academically, you should check the style guide for further advice. Mono English School uses MLA style, and so the Oxford comma is required. MLA is the style guide used in high school English classrooms and on standardized tests such as the SAT. Now we will look at another common error when punctuating lists with commas. Looking back at sentence 1, now in red, I have placed a comma before and. As we discussed earlier, this is a list of 2 items, it is not a series. Sometimes writers place a comma in lists with only 2 items, but generally this is incorrect as it causes confusion for the reader. For example, in this sentence, it seems as though the comma links leaves to the beginning of the sentence. Leaves could again be mistaken for a verb, so the panda eats the bamboo shoots and then the panda leaves the location. So the second convention, generally, we should not use commas to separate the items in lists of only 2 items. There are some circumstances in which a comma in a list of 2 items could help the reader. You can find information about that on our fully interactive Commas in a Series video available on monoenglishschool.com. Quiz time! While doing the quiz, if you don't like our catchy music, feel free to pause as you answer the questions and then skip to the next question. You should also make sure to watch our video on commas with adjectives before checking your answers on the website. Good luck! Before you check your answers, we will finish with a review of the 2 conventions covered in this video. The first, do not use commas in a series of only 2 items, unless that comma helps the reader. And the second, use commas between each item in a series of 3 or more items, and include the Oxford comma for clarity. That is, unless you are using a style guide that does not require the Oxford comma. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe before checking your answers on our website.